is a big coffee today. I sprung for the big one. Mm-mm-mm. I have yet, though, to get a proper iced latte this season. It has not gotten warm enough for that. But I feel that it will be soon, now that it is summer. Hold on. Hmm. Hello, luck is sanity. Luck is sanity. What a name. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. You're first in the live. We'll see who shows up. It's a weird time to be going live on a Saturday, honestly. But I had a busy morning, so a lot of stuff to do. But we'll see. I'm sure there's people around that will pop in soon. And if not, at least I'm here working on my little drawing. Oh. Oh, that gold paint out of here. Get a bit of it right here too. You're knitting your third scarf with variegated Aran yarn. Nice. I haven't knitted anything in a long time. I used to knit, then I got into crochet. Once it was crochet, I was about that forever. But now my hands don't work very good, so crocheting is actually extremely difficult. And I've been thinking about taking up knitting again since it's more in the wrists. Thinking it might be a bit easier for me to do some knitting. Oh dang. This one's going to be a doozy. Sometimes these markers aren't that controllable. Oh dang. How am I going to break gracefully do this. Gracefully fix this a bit. Maybe I can slide it over this way. But I always found like knitting far more technical. Like reading knitting patterns to me was always a lot harder to figure out than a crochet pattern. And dropping stitches, I was always bad at dropping stitches. It would be no good. It's no good when you drop a stitch. No good at all. That doesn't help anyone. I could never find it, you know. Even though I've watched like tons of tutorials, read tutorials, all that kind of thing. Even knitting since September. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too proficient with knitting. I know a little bit. I pretty much can make like, you know, rectangular things like scarves or what else have I made? I made bracelets. That was fun, making bracelets. I knitted some bracelets that were pretty cool. Very, you know, I used very tight, very small needles, very tight stitches, and then, you know, did like striped colors. Those were pretty cool. It'd be fun to do something like that again. They looked good anyway. They did look good. And then hats. I really enjoy knitting in the round on like double pointed needles. That's really fun. And I found I could make hats usually pretty quickly that way. I love to crochet hats as well. Like I think hats were always my favorite project to make. Hats. Made some pretty infinity scarves. I miss, you know, I've gotten rid of a lot of the things I've made over the years, but I do have some pieces here and there. I did make this little card holder here, although I don't think I finished it. Yeah, it's not finished. Ah! Bring the desk with it. So yeah, last crochet project I think that I did. That's the thing I liked about crochet was it was just like kind of intuitive for me, and I could just easily figure out how to do something pretty quickly just by examining it or making shapes. I found there's a little bit more freedom with it. But I don't know. I think, yeah, people have an affinity for one or the other. But yeah. I don't know. I don't even think I have any like knitting needles. I think my knitting needles are still in Arizona at my like uncle's house, staying with him. I still have a box of stuff from when I lived there that I haven't gotten to. I thought I'd be back sooner, but then my legs kind of went, and it's just been like, how am I gonna travel here? How am I even gonna like visit these people and stay and that kind of thing? I only do scarves and squares. You will branch out eventually. I don't like the circular needles that they have where, they've got two needle points and then they're attached to usually like a plastic thing. I don't like using those. I mean, they're easy to use. They have their advantages, but when I'm knitting in the round, it's definitely got to be the double pointed needles. There's just something fun about it. I don't know. And I think it just goes more smoothly. And the other thing about knitting in the round is with those, they automatically do a stockinette stitch. So you don't have to if you're just knitting and not purling, you don't have to go back and forth is what I'm saying. You just keep knitting and it will form a stockinette stitch, which is nice. Yeah, it might be nice to do that actually. I think I could probably manage something like that. And make a nice pointed woolly stockinette stitch hat. I haven't had one in a while. Get some irregular roving wool yarn. Oh, I love those, where it's different thicknesses throughout. I love that kind of yarn. It's the best. Oh, once it's knitted up, it's just so I don't know. It just looks cool. It just looks cool. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. The only thing that's kind of advantageous about it is if you want to take your knitting with you, you don't really have to worry about dropping stitches with it. You can kind of just, move everything off of the needles onto the attached cord and then tie the needles in a knot. And it's not like you're going to drop your stitches or anything. They're just safe and fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've used any of this stuff. But it would be nice to go to a yarn store and pick up, a specialty yarn store and pick up some nice, chunky, roving wool yarn. That would take me back, make me feel all glamorous and luxurious. Make me a nice hat with that. Maybe do one, if I can find one that's kind of green, that would be cool. Have a green pointy hat. With the cool thing about the stockinette is that it rolls up at the bottom. So it has this kind of cute rolled rim. I'm thinking, wishing and hoping and dreaming and all that. Should probably get back to my drawing here. I don't know with it. I've been such a mess about this drawing lately. It's a lot. I kind of have put a lot into it, a lot more than maybe I should have. Maybe I should have kept it more simple. And now that I'm at the end of filling up the page, it's dawning on me that I'm ugh, it's too busy. How do I make it feel less busy? So now I'm going in with the golds to try to minimize that. And I just put lotion on and now I can't open the pen. Oh my God. Why do I have to be so helpless? Ugh. Why? Why? Do I have to wait for it to dry? Ugh. Why? What a mess. Look at this. Ugh. God, I can't get it off. Oh, yeah. And my wrist is aching. Just have to be patient. Thank you, Danny P. Danny P is here. He says, much love to you and the channel. Thank you. Me and the channel are touched. let's see. Seeing if anything I can grip this with. Goodness gracious. This scarf here, maybe it will provide some friction so I can open this. Ow. Oh, God. Yeah. My right hand is not playing with me today. It's like, it's hard being an artist and having your hands kind of go, Northwest vibes. My sis lives in Sherwood. Oh, Sherwood. All the way out in Sherwood, huh? I've been there. I know some people there. I've spent some time there. Not too much. Okay, I give up on that. We come in with a golden pen. See if that works. Is there any ink in here? Okay, it says there's some ink in here. But yeah, I haven't physically been out there in a long time, Sherwood. Not exactly liking this either. I think this is the last of my gold pens too, like the gel pens anyway. Hey, thank you. I do not do tarot anymore. I have given it up. And I recommend you give up this as well. It is a form of witchcraft. And ultimately will not feed what your spirit's actually looking for. And yeah, hi, S.A. Brady. I know, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. My hands are a mess. I still manage to do a lot with them though, despite everything. I get dressed every day, I do my makeup, I work, I feed the cat, I'm able to have a life. I just have to figure out things a little bit, My fave tattoo. Do you mean of my tattoos that I have? I don't know that I have a favorite. I haven't even thought about that before. Who's my favorite tattoo? I mean, probably the monster. My sea goat creature is probably my favorite tattoo. Would anyone like to see it? It's not my spider. I think my spider is the most visible tattoo, though. I think it's my most visible tattoo, but it's not my favorite. Okay. It's poking out here, but here it is. It's a skeletal, skeleton of a sea goat creature. So I would say that one's my favorite. it was a really cool session we had, you know, um, and really the tattoo turned out really beautifully. So, I mean, technically it was black ink, but the black kind of turns green over time, you know, it's black technically. The only color I have is in the hearts here on my right forearm. I'd like to get some more hearts up a little ways. There's one artist in particular that I kind of wanted to have do it though, and I'm too chicken to actually contact her and make it happen, you know. And also, I don't know that it's really the most wise investment right now. I need to be building other things than like my tattoo aesthetics. I feel like they can be put off, you know, because really it's more this at this point it's like more vanity, getting them kind of looking exactly how I want them to look more than, you know, a piece that I'm, you know, really need to get, I guess, you know, that I feel is pressing. You have the Ram Aries tat on your left shoulder. You're an Aries. Oh dear. Oh dear. You better not kick off in my chat. Better not be starting anything. I do like, yeah, I like zodiac themed tattoos for sure. I like recognizing them as well. Sometimes people get little symbols and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, well, that's that, you know? I met a lady on, yeah, a lady once just saw on her neck, she had like the Capricorn symbol, and I was like, Capricorn, huh? I've seen people with like Gemini too, pretty common. Anyways, I'm too nice. That's funny. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm nice until I'm not, you know? We'll just say that. I mean, I think I am generally very nice and sweet-hearted person, generally very open, but I do have a side, you know. Trust me, it's there. S.A. Brady knows. S.A. Brady understands. Oh, I can get mad. Well, I don't know. It's past, honestly. The anger. I don't have anger like I had, you know. And I think also like being honest sometimes can be a bit challenging for people. Like when people say something and I tell them the truth or bring some facts or something, or you know, that can be kind of hard too. So I think people don't find that nice all the time. I sometimes think it's the nicest thing to do though, because at least it, you know, better it come from me, you know, somebody who generally wishes people well, than somebody who's like an enemy, you know, or somebody who's got it out for you. Because that's just not the spirit that I have. What's everybody up to today? We have 4 viewers. Nice small stream. What are your plans? What have you done? What will you do? What are you in the midst of doing? Do you have any crafts you're working on yourself? What did you bring when you came to the table today? Oh, I'm hating this. Maybe I can see it just as like sketching it out. I feel like I want to put this drawing away again and like come back to it. This is one that's been challenging for me, like really. And Mr. Mad said he was going to buy it for me, but I haven't been in contact with him. I don't know what's up with him. I'm not sure even how to contact him if he really wants it or if he was just saying that. And then I'm like, well, you know, he said he wanted this one, and I can see that for reasons. Maybe you would want something that I was working on when we met or something. It's kind of sentimental. And it's an interesting drawing. There's interesting elements. But I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, don't drink beer. Beer is nasty for you. It'll mess you up. I don't know how people drink beer regularly. Like people who drink beer every day, ugh, like how? How do you do that? Like, isn't it like, don't you want to throw up? Like, don't you feel sick? I'd be feeling so sick if I drank beer every day. I mean, but people do. People drink a lot of it. Like some people drink it like water. I don't. I'm not built for it though. I don't have it in me. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough. I like this little scarf. I often wear it in my hair or like tied around my neck. But I'm wondering, should I bring it out again? Should I do something with it this week? I can wear it in my hair tomorrow. Modern gentleman is here. Oh, you gotta bring up sugar. Why you gotta tell me what I know? There's sugar in my coffee. I got one of their specialty drinks today. Gosh. It's like it's called a coconut cream latte, and it's divine. And it's oily. It's full of coconut oil, I can tell. A little bit splashed on the top of my cup, and there's this like sheen. I'm like, okay, it's got real coconut oil in it. I don't know what they sweetened it with exactly, though. I mean, they use pretty nice products, but still sugar. And then I eat fruit on top of it. I had a nectarine. Oh, God, that was divine, too. That nectarine I had. It's stone fruit season. I go ham on the stone fruits. Like, they're just so plums and nectarines and peaches, they're so good. And cherries. I've been having cherries too. I had some Rainier cherries as well. I ate good today. I don't know if I'm going to eat anything else. If I do, it might be some like a snack type, like cheese or something. I don't know. Dang, why do you have to tell us the truth? Why? Why? I know, but I'm addicted to it. It's just like, why? He loves peaches and cherries. You started at 21 and now you're 36. 15 years of drinking hard. Thank you. I hope my channel goes amazing today too. S.A. Brady loves them too. Yeah, the stone fruits. Had some apricots. Those weren't as good, but the nectarines have been hitting lately. Oh God! And when a nectarine is ripe, it is divine. It's like a mango. It's almost as good, or it might be even better. I don't really know. But they're good. S.A. Brady says sugar is the leading cause of joy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but it is something good. Oh, absolutely no need. I don't know. I think some people do need to eat some carbohydrates. I've seen people kind of wear themselves down, like trying to eat a certain way. And it's like, you're not, I don't know, they weren't getting, I mean, I guess they could eat more meat, but I think, for them, it was just, they worked really physical jobs. So I feel like if you are using your body, but you do that too, I guess it depends. I don't know. I'm just saying I've seen some people not do so well over time just because they're not getting enough fuel, and there's not like any reason why they should necessarily be avoiding anything in their diet. I mean, carbohydrates specifically. Man, I know that, modern gentleman. I know that's our primary diet. But you can't tell me we're not meant to eat other things too. I don't believe it. Especially fruit. You know we were eating fruit off of those trees. You know we've been doing that. You know we were eating those berries off of the shrubs. Don't lie. I was definitely. uh, anyway, but I agree that it's the best basis of your diet, and predominantly almost everything you need is in there. But yeah, we ate the fruit. Now look where we are. Ugh, the fruit, the fruit, the fruit, the fruit. Mm. I picked blackberries in Oregon tons. Well, they're everywhere. I miss my old neighborhood. I would just go for walks. I don't really miss living over there, to be honest. But I would, at that time, I would go for these like long walks around the neighborhood, and it was pleasant. And there were just so many blackberry bushes everywhere. Come home with like a bowl full. But you know what? I don't really like blackberries. I don't think they're that good. Like I've never had them and been like, I mean, they've been okay. They're definitely an interesting, treat. They've got lots of vitamins, and I like to eat, I like to, eat stuff that's in your kind of environment as well. I think it's good for your immune system, honestly. So, just a suspicion I have, just a hunch. I did run into this random man last week, or maybe the week before. He just came up to me and started talking to me when I was out on one of my little strolls. I was actually like recording at the time. I don't know if I'm going to post that yet. I kind of have to look through the clips. And I mentioned him in it because I think after we stopped talking, I went back on my camera and started talking. But yeah, we ate some flowers. He came up to me. He's like, these flowers are edible. And then he picked off some buds and we ate them together. And we talked about plants. All right, modern gentleman, that's good. That's good. I am convicted by you, but I'm in a hole right now. I got to figure it out. I also need to not judge myself too much. I deserve my little thrills and my little treats. Sumac and carrots and berries. Well, I don't. My foraging days are kind of over. Others have to forage for me unless it's like right there. That I deserve an excuse. I worked today. I worked this morning on my day off on Saturday. I got on the computer and did some more labor. I did several hours. I needed something to like motivate me. This drink was it. I went out after I got up and fed the cat and kind of, got myself together. I went out and it was good for me to get out too, just to get some sunlight. I've been trying to get as much sunlight as I can just because it's been so hard the end of this winter, and we had a pretty dark spring, so um, trying to absorb as much vitamin D as I can. I take it as a supplement, but there's no substitute for like direct sunlight. So I've been trying to get as much as I can, which is, limited because I am fair skinned. I have time limits in the day, but it's good for me to go out and like get some exposure. Not a hooker. Don't compare my latte to a hooker. Lord have mercy. How are you trying to make me feel? You're trying to make me feel like an adulterer right now? I don't know. I know coffee shouldn't be the motivator to get the work done, but it was also fuel. I don't know, just to kind of sometimes, I don't know, the caffeine thing for me too is a problem. I'm a caffeine sugar addict, like many working American women. I shouldn't call myself an addict. I've kicked it many times, in the past. It's just something that can sneakily take over if I'm not watching it. Whoa, interesting, interesting. He is full Irish. You are full Irish? That's impressive. I'm not full Irish. I got mixed up a little bit somewhere. Since I gave up carbs, I never get sunburned. Weird but true. There's definitely something to that. Hmm. And you're in the sun quite a bit, aren't you? That's interesting. That's interesting. Meat is definitely very strengthening. Very strengthening. So, and it is, like I said, it's the best fuel for us. So, hmm, it must, yeah, it must improve everything, your entire system. to kind of give up. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know that I want to give up plant food entirely though. Like no potatoes ever, or yams or veggies. I like vegetables, but I am sensitive to quite a number of them. So there is something to that. And then learning about oxalates was a pretty interesting thing, realizing that, you know, certain vegetables are, very toxic in ways that we don't recognize. I like, he's Irish and German, he clarifies. Um, if we evolved on this planet, why do we need sunglasses and sunscreen? I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of evolved in different climates, didn't we, though? Like different peoples. So I think we acclimated a bit differently depending on what the sun was like in the regions where, people were living. I think there's something to that. So the sun is kind of different the further north you are. So you may, if you go into a different climate with that fair skin, you go live in the equator or something, it might have a different impact on you. You may not be able to protect yourself entirely from it being damaging to you. So that's just, I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe there's something to it. Like you see how it affects certain people. The sun definitely affects people differently. Um, I'm sensitive to it myself. I make sure to get it because I know that it's good for me, and I feel better when I do. You know, but I can't overdo it. It will deplete me, and my skin will, burn. Mm. Yeah, I think that too. Yeah, because well, you have less options the further north you are. The growing season is much shorter anyway. So in terms of foraging, you're not going to forage most of the year. Realistically, it's just not going to happen. So you can rely on that stuff anyway. And until like humans domesticated the earth through agriculture, I mean, that's supposedly our primary history. I think it's true. I mean, the evidence is there. But I mean, what do I really know about history? What do I really know about anything that I haven't directly experienced in my lifetime, honestly? Geez, over 3 years. Never burned since he went zero carb. This is interesting. This is interesting. I mean, I read about the traditional Irish diet, which that was very interesting to me. Like, it said basically that people lived off of seafood and dairy, seafood and dairy and um, lamb, mutton, but predominantly, the diet was meat and milk based until like the introduction of the potatoes from the Americas. I had some seafood yesterday. My friend and I got together for dinner. We did happy hour, so we got a bunch of different stuff because we wanted to try different things. And none of it was that great. I mean, my macaroni and cheese was good. It hit the spot. And so was my drink. But the seafood wasn't hitting us. We were like, this happy hour seafood isn't really it. But I ordered mussels, and man, I ate about half of them before I couldn't take anymore. It was too much. But that's what people were eating. Clams and mussels. And then it reminded me too of being a little girl and going and collecting mussels on the seashore and bringing them to my dad. It took me back to like my earliest memories, so it was kind of nice. I was very blessed, like very blessed in many ways to have the environmental experience I did growing up. Like there was always really a lot of nature around me, which I think was really grounding to me as a person. But I miss the sea. I miss the sea. I haven't been to the sea in a while. I guess when I was in Seattle, I was near the sea, but I didn't go anywhere near the water. I need to plan something. I sometimes go to the river here, which is nice. I love the river. It's a very powerful body of water that cuts through the city. And then at the top, there's the Columbia where they meet. It's kind of a just amazing um, area, really. I do love the land base here a lot as well. It's one thing that kind of I appreciate about the place. But it's not the same as the sea. It doesn't taste the same. The sea air invigorates and strengthens you. It does all kinds of things for you. The salt, the atmosphere. Modern gentleman's going off. He's like, look at what I've done. Congratulations. 100 pounds weight loss maintained. That's amazing. Amazing to get the weight off. And takes in over 3,000 calories a day. God, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of meat. You got to cook all that. Oh man. I mean, I like those things. I like those things definitely. It does. It does preserve you. It's good for you. I feel like it cleans you out too. Like it draws out poison. You know what I mean? You like take the salt in and it kind of takes, it sucks things out of you. You know, it's very healing. Like the land is important. The body of land you're in will do things to you. You know, it is what it is. The environment, you know. Ooh, ow. Okay, okay. So, what do I want to talk about? I feel like I saved some videos to maybe share and watch together. There was oh, oh, a Jordan Peterson interview type video that had an interesting title that I wanted to explore. It was something about how women and reputation. And I think it's geared towards men. So I thought it would be an interesting thing to view and maybe discuss. Um, I see some other videos. I saw Grace uploaded a video. We could maybe watch that together as well. Give her channel a shout out. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Watch some videos together. I think so. We're moving on from the drawing for a while. Oof, it seems like a lot though. It seems like a lot. I know it. I don't know. But you also have like a more physically invigorating lifestyle too, I think. So to me, it's like, this is his thing. I usually cook a bunch of meat once or twice a week. Okay. Hmm. That helps, you know. It helps when you have people kind of like all eating the same way. I was vegan deterioration channel. Shout out to vegan deterioration. Love that channel. Go check it out. It's amazing. The work she's done over the years, just observing vegans and like giving her insight as a former vegan as well, you know, relating it back to her own experiences of, you know, being a vegan for, I think, I don't know, it was a while, like 6 or 7 years. I'm not sure. Um, why did I bring her up? She was sharing, yeah, a video about a guy on Reddit who moved in with this woman, this vegan woman, you know, and I don't know if they were married or not. I think they were married, but he was like living at her house kind of situation. She was kind of the more dominant partner, and she's like militant vegan, and they have a kid together, and he doesn't want his kid to be vegan, and he makes sure the kid has like had meat at times when, you know, he's at relatives house or, you know, in private with father, like giving the kid meat. Anyway, it was a mess just reading that. Like, so people need to be aligned in their dietary habits, you know, in a family situation. That's kind of one thing I was looking at. He was super beta though. I was like, he needs to put his foot down, but like, really, what can he do? He's like setting himself up to be the total like submissive partner in this situation. Mm. No, some of them taste really good. What are you talking about? Even my cat loves grass, you know? I think we need a little bit of it. Although cats usually eat grass so that they can puke. Not entirely, not entirely. Sometimes my cat will nibble at my plants as a way of punishing me, for not getting to attending to him, and the time that he would like to be attended to. This is one of the ways that he gets back at me. This is one thing I love about the feline experience of having them as a companion. Like the way they interact with you, the little things they do to like taunt you. It's humbling. It's a humbling experience to like be like, this animal knows how to mess with me. This animal knows what makes me tick. Like he knows exactly what to do to irritate me or like upset me or get me to behave, basically put me in line. He knows exactly how to get me to, submit to his will for the good of the household. It's a fun experience, I have to say. My cat it has the things he does. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me pull up the videos that I was talking about and put them on, and we'll hang out and watch them together and see what we think. And then if we get bored of them, which is likely, we'll move on. Okay, where's my watch later at? Okay. Oh yeah, I love this. Why am I having ads? Where is my ad block? Should be on. That's irritating to me. What the heck? Okay, I love this title. Antisocial women steal reputation. What a title. Let's get into it. Like, I have no idea who this person is that he's talking to. I do like the suit. I like the suit. And this is one thing I like about him. He knows how to dress.
Feminine,
It's a feminine style of antisocial behavior. So
cancel culture.
Well, there's two forms of antisocial behavior. There's a male form and a female form.
Right.
Male antisocial types they tend to be physically violent. Female violent aggression doesn't work very well.
No.
First of all, girls tend not to fight physically with one another, and certainly girls can't fight. Girls can fight with boys because there's not much difference between girls and boys, say before puberty in terms of physical strength. But once puberty hits, women can't compete in the physical aggression domain. But women have their own underground means of stealing, and they steal reputation, and they're very good at it.
Oh my God.
Welcome, YouTubers of the world. I am your host, Frosty Loason, broadcasting from Iceland. With me today is a world-renowned and influential intellectual. He's a former professor at Harvard and the University of Toronto. He's a best-selling author, a public speaker, a podcaster, and an internet personality with an almost cult-like following. He's known for his scientifically blunt and fast-paced conversational style when analyzing many of the most disputed subjects faced by modern Homo sapiens. To some, he's a provocative mad scientist. To others, he's an ideological authority. But to almost all, he's a refreshing gust of intellectual wind. But first and foremost, he's a scholar of the inner workings of the human mind and human.
What a glowing review, huh? Oh my goodness. Listen to this opening. I'm like, wow, okay. Introduce him. Terri, if you'll remember, this is part of what the anti-suffragists were pointing out, as I stated at some point earlier. Yes. Okay, but women can overcome their fallen nature as well. You know, women don't have to be antisocial. Women can learn how to not be. Not every woman behaves in this way, you know? Or they will at some point, you know, and hopefully they'll learn from it. Not all, but most. Indeed. You agree with the anti-suffragists. How awful. You would take away my right to vote. Why, Tomas? I believe that the vote is about women's status in society, and I believe we should have that status. And that to me what it signifies. And it's a status that I take seriously as well, being a citizen. But I don't know. Y'all want to take my citizenship from me. y'all don't want that for me. What happened? Where did we go wrong? Anyway, let's see. Is there like chapters? Of course not. Not like I do it myself, but let's just get to the interview bit.
Europe, as many do. And on your return to Canada, you re-entered uni to study psychology. Why did you decide to pursue a career in psychology over politics?
I think because I became dissatisfied as I moved through the political science intellectual landscape away from political philosophy to more contemporary political theory. I never did buy the doctrine, which is essentially a Marxist doctrine, at least a hidden Marxist doctrine, that the fundamental factor motivating human beings is economic. I don't believe that. So, and for the questions that I was interested in, which were really the questions of motivation to commit atrocity in the service of belief, the economic argument fell flat. I thought it was shallow. And so I understood as I progressed through my political science years, let's say, that I was much more interested in deeper questions of motivation than could be addressed from the economic analysis perspective. That perspective would include the notion, for example, that wars are fought over resources or land, and to some degree, obviously, that's true, but it's not true in the fundamental sense that I was interested in. And I also became convinced that the problem of totalitarianism was more reasonably construed as a psychological problem than as a sociological, political, or economic problem. And I believe that to be the case. And so I've had to make a choice throughout my life between the political and the psychological, or maybe the theological. And whenever that choice has come up, I've always chosen the focus on the individual and the psychological or theological approach, which is the more fundamental approach as far as I'm concerned.
So would it be fair to say that you were perhaps very much influenced by the psychology of the Second World War and the authoritarianism of the Cold War era?
Yeah, well, there was an insistence, I would say, especially after the Second World War, that the primary moral lesson of the Second World War and the atrocities that accompanied it, particularly in relationship to the final solution, was that it was incumbent upon all of us not to forget and repeat that. But that was always problematic for me because I didn't understand what don't forget means, because I wrote in paper once called "You Can Neither Forget Nor Remember What You Do Not Understand." It's basically the title. We don't know the pathway to Auschwitz.
Right.
And you cannot stop yourself from walking down that pathway if you don't know when you're on it. And so I would say my whole life, in some real sense, has been devoted to delineating the nature of that pathway and also the alternative to it. I think when you know the path to hell, then you can start to feel out its counterpart. And I think if that's not what I'm doing, then that's what I'm trying to do.
So the Western societies, are we aware enough of that pathway to hell?
No, not even close. No.
Why not?
Well, life is complicated and our lives are short, and it's difficult to accrue enough wisdom in the short time
I want to hear him
we
bash
have to do
women.
it.
What
And
the
so
hell is this?
we're easily led astray by foolishness and lies and our proclivity, and certainly not all made explicit yet. See, we're too sophisticated intellectually to be which I hope to have done by the end of April next year. I'm going to go to a monastery in Vienna.
Really?
Yeah, just outside of Vienna for 3 weeks.
All right, whatever. Okay, what's the chat doing? How's the chat? How are things in chat? Everyone doing good? Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad things have changed since then. Look at society advancing ever forward. Not an uneducated mass that is subject to their lusts and passions. Oh dear. That's true. A lot of women keep silent because they're afraid of the consequences of speaking how they actually feel. You know, a lot of women conceal their true feelings or thoughts on matters, you know, because it isn't always polite to express yourself as a woman in certain situations, you know, and it can be to the detriment of the social arrangements you're living under. So just saying, uh, that is a thing. That is a thing. Um, what does this mean? Okay, well that's good. Nice endorsement there. I haven't read it. I concur. I concur with you, Stacey. I feel I feel you there. I don't know why you're harping on about the draft as if the qualification for citizenship shouldn't change as society changes. And I think the reformers of the 19th century in America were some of the most incredible Americans. They were always busy, always active, always advancing the cause of, you know, ever ever deepening um, rights of the individual in this nation, which is this is again like one of the things about American society that the individuality that we're afforded, the right to it, the acceptance of it. It's very it's a very important part of our culture and our lineage, I guess, as a nation. So I think that exists for woman as well as man. Our individual sovereign personhood is a status that we should all have living in this nation. Like your will and mine are, they can run together, yes, but it still exists, a will of my own, you know, as an individual. What is this? Is Jordan Peterson the head of my wife? She's not real. That's a good, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think Jordan Peterson should be the head of anyone's wife but his own. And if he is the head of your wife rather than you, you need to look at yourself and figure out why that is. Because that ain't right. We talking about polite? Yes, we love polite society. We hope to contribute to it one day if I can get polite. Stacy. Stacy tells no lies. Yeah. Yeah. People want to pretend that's not a thing. Yeah. People like to pretend that that's not a thing. And then wonder why you want some autonomy, some, freedom of choice, freedom of movement, freedom of everything, And that's, I think that's reasonable. I don't think that's unreasonable. Women do well, when they have the headship of men. But, there are consequences to it as well. It's like not all men are the same. And I think women should have the freedom to get away and establish lives for themselves if they find that they're in those situations, I don't think that's unreasonable. Or, just to develop themselves as individuals too. To pursue their talents, gifts. Not in an egoic sense, but just, as part of life, as part of having experiences. No, but it was a movement that swelled and grew over time, They organized tirelessly for a long time. And over time across the country, more and more states started to give women the right to vote. It was a fight that they won in states, at the states level, and then on the national level. So it went from being a national issue to a states issue until they finally had the political push to make it happen. So yeah, it was it was the product of like decades of work, politically speaking, in every every state in the union and in the territories too. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, no, most people don't organize. Most people live humble lives. They don't get involved in anything, political. They just stay focused. But for those that do, it's something they do over time, And that's what happened with women's suffrage. I agree with you. Women should know how to defend themselves. But, at the same time, like, we should have this, on numerous, there are many ways to, set up a good situation. One does not negate the other. That's a good question. Let's all ask ourselves this. Is this anything you can relate to? I don't know why it's like I'm talking about some, I'm not talking about all. So, like, yeah, people do things. Men do things, women do things. Some men are good in their or upright in their behavior, some are not. Some women are, malignant in their behavior, others are not. The truth is not always cut and dry. Multiple things can be true at the same time as well. So, yes, that's true. Yes, recluses. Yes, we do. Well, women complain, Tomas. That is our nature to complain. If we didn't complain, what motivation would you have to go out and build a great society? If women weren't like, this ain't good enough. No, this is kind of ghetto. We can do better. He says, it is remarkable. No, yeah, no more divorce. No. Possibly Stacy. Possibly Stacy. I don't know. This level of pampering is unprecedented. You drama queen, Tomas. Oh my God. Drama queen. They live humble lives. They just go about their business, They just do what is in front of them to do and they don't get involved in anything else. Yep. They don't get swept up. Damn, T-Bone, this is a good chat tonight. I don't even know how we got started. Look at Jordan Peterson sitting there. I don't like his posture in this. I think it's a little bit, his posture isn't so good, is it? He's kind of slouched. Maybe he's tired or uncomfortable in the seat. Are his legs crossed? I do like the suit though. The suit is fire. Well, let's see what Grace was talking about. let's go back. LGBT politics in Nigeria, radical feminist reaction. Okay.
Wix gives you the.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're not doing this ad stuff. No. Excuse me. I don't know why my ad blocker is not working. It's upsetting. Goodness. Okay, so Grace, I haven't seen Grace in a while. And I don't know if she's watching at any point. She may watch my stuff sometimes. I don't know. But okay, let's see. She's talking about LGBT politics in Nigeria, and she's a radical feminist. So let's see what she's got to say. I know she's going to school in Nigeria currently. So
not being proud, I thought it would be good to talk about something relating to LGBTQ activism in Nigeria and what activists are doing to campaign for LGBT rights. So I've got this video here called Nigerian LGBTQ plus activists campaigning and demanding to be seen and heard. This is very important to me because I recently came out to myself as a lesbian, being bi for the last 6 years. I've become kind of passionate about this.
okay.
And this video might be more serious than my other videos because I feel like my other videos are like just reacting to clowns and just kind of saying like, look, it's a clown. You know, I really have responded to some of the clowns on the internet, but I just don't feel that today. I feel like I want to look at something more serious. So I hope you will kind of support this direction and enjoy it all the same. Let's get into it. Okay, let's go.
A rare sight in Nigeria. A lesbian couple out, proud, and in public. But they're taking a big risk. Same-sex marriages and civil unions are illegal in Nigeria, punishable by up to 14 years in prison.
I remember doing a little bit of research when I first came here and finding out, what I found out was that if you kiss someone of the same sex in front of a child, you could do 14 years in prison. So if you kiss someone of the opposite sex in front of a child, like nothing happens. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm cautious of holding my partner's hand. I'm cautious of looking at her too long. Like, I remember when she had walked in and I told you, oh, meet my girlfriend. The table behind us, they all looked our way.
The law, conservative religious and cultural pressures, and widespread fear. Stop.
Like, I told like 2 people, and I think a lot of people know because it's on my TikTok, and my TikTok was like lots of people have seen it, but it's not the sort of thing that you can be like super proud about. I don't, especially in my school, where they actually like speak against it and say it's like an evil spirit, and like when they give like testimonials and stuff, like one guy like she stood up and said, you know, I was taken over by the spirit of lesbianism, but I didn't let it get me. I didn't let it get me, and thank God for that. It's like you really can't, or you'll just be seen as like cursed or something. Like in my school in particular, so it's like, yeah, it's a thing.
Many young queer Nigerians.
Interesting, huh? This is interesting.
Can be your
Oh,
supporting
great.
environment. One day they find your Instagram page. And it's like, oh, you're a lesbian. Oh, you're gay. Oh, you're this. Oh, we don't feel comfortable with you around us.
Amara, though, is defying this prejudice. In just 1 year, she's built an influential social media following around her honest portrayal of the highs and lows of lesbian life.
I get a lot of emails actually from like 17, 18 saying, oh, before I saw your video, before I saw your pictures, before I saw your page, I didn't know people were actually being this way. Like, I used to pray against myself. That's why documenting is important to me, because I need the people after me to know that people like you existed.
And like, it's not automatically wrong just because some small-minded people may think it is, but that's definitely the attitude that like, okay, there's something's gone wrong somewhere. How can we fix this when it's not anything wrong?
This side of the world, Nigeria, Nigeria is like so many years backward. I don't know, for some weird ass reasons, it's hard to see a person in Nigeria just freely living.
Nigeria has a long history of persecution against the LGBTQ plus community. In 2014, the government passed the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act, or SSMPA. Same-sex marriages and civil unions are banned, as is establishing, supporting, and participating in any gay organizations. Even public displays of affection, like holding hands, can send you to jail for 10 years. Matthew Blaze
10
is the
years?
poster child for this new queer generation. Their plaintive cry of resistance during protests against police violence last year went viral.
This is a space.
At just 22, Matthew is already a veteran activist.
At this point, there is an awakening, a group of young people coming out to say, no, I can be gay and I don't give a f-. And with that kind of tone, it's
unapologetic.
Yes, so radical.
Safe spaces like this one in Lagos are lifelines for the community, because human rights groups say the persecution of LGBTQ plus Nigerians has accelerated since the SSMPA law came in. And heartbreaking stories like...
So it's been seen as wrong for a long time, but they actually passed the law, I guess, 10 years ago. For me, if in the next 10 years we could like get gay rights, that would be progress for me.
like this abound. When Matthew first came out to a priest, they were exorcised.
He got exercised. Wow. If we didn't complain, what motivation would you have? Damn it, T-Bone. That's actually so deep. I know. I know. Jordan Peterson in chat? He might be. He he might be. How'd it start? LOL, you put on a video about women. He's closing the webpage now and going to a dispensary. Yes, yes, and against one another as well. Women destroy one another's characters as well. It's a very passive aggressive form of, destructiveness. Um, Men do it too. It's not as if this is only a feminine trait, though. I mean, men ruin reputations as well through gossip. Women are not the only sex that gossips. It's a sin that really, we really have to keep in check. As people, we can't let our tongue be unbridled with other people's personal affairs, that we're privy to, I feel like I've seen her before. I think I've shared her before. Grace has a pretty big following. I think, yes. Well, she lives in the UK, or she grew up in the UK, but I think her family may be from Nigeria. I don't know for sure, though. I haven't asked her or talked to her about it personally. This is just what I'm inferring from just watching her channel. I did not know she was a lesbian, no. So that is news to me. Good luck, with that. It's interesting, to me, as somebody who was a radical feminist and kind of was twisted into that, as James Hake put it this week. Oh my God, that show on Friday. What was that? I'm not even going to put up that comment, modern gentleman. Please, it's a woman. Be kind. And she's a sweetheart. She is. No. Yes, I agree. I agree with that, Tomas. I'm sure he's watching he's got it on in the background, but he's doing other things. Hey, Char Baby Yoda, welcome to the chat. No, I said I would go live later, didn't I? I said I will go live later. I had to do some work this morning, but I got it done. I got things caught up to an acceptable point. So it was good, and I got some sunshine. Yeah. I mean, dealing with men like that is, I agree it's a feminine spirit, though. I will say that because it's, it is that passive form of aggressiveness. I know, we could have. Yoda, I am not putting up these comments. Yes. I mean, hey. She's not bald. She has braids as well.
When they tried again, that priest beat them up.
Homophobia is so violent. so violent. The whole system is corrupt that when you try to make change, there's someone blocking it somewhere. And this person is so powerful that you might end up losing your life.
Nigeria's young queer revolutionaries are unashamedly trying to build a better future. They refuse to be cowed.
What keeps me going is the anger that I have in me. I can't run away because this is my country.
Enjoy your life. This is your one chance to your own life. Live it. Drink it.
He has
Drink
anger.
it. It's your own.
I think if people like these individuals do just start living unashamedly and just showing that it's normal, it's just like being in a relationship with anyone else, it will become more normal to the people. I think lobbying to change laws will be harder and yeah, probably take way longer than 10 years. But I think it should just be normalized, like, and not seen as some kind of like spiritual attack or anything. If we could just be more normalized, that would make me happy. And I think I'm part of that too in some small way. Thank you for watching this with me, and I hope that I've like helped to just bring this to your awareness.
Well, it was interesting a little bit about the LGBTQ plus in Nigeria and news that Grace Adetoro is a lesbian now. Oh my goodness. You see, the feminism, it's, I think, being involved over time, they really do, even if you're reluctant or you don't identify that way at first, it does become kind of impossible to not over time, in my experience, because it's just constantly being assumed or people are asking you and then having these intense kind of conversations about it, about why you're, a traitor to the cause if you don't have a lesbian identity, So, man, it's crazy in hell. That's all I'm going to say. Well, different women are attracted to different things, Yoda. Yeah, I mean, I do think these things hurt people. I will say that. Or they can. Or they can be easy conduits to some level of hurt at some point. But I agree with you. I have a pretty libertarian view of it, honestly, and have friends that and acquaintances and people I care about who identify as gay or lesbian, even transgender. I've met people and worked with people that have those kind of identities, and I wish them well, And I had a lesbian identity, and it was hell. So I know what they're in, and I understand it to a certain degree, and I can't judge, too much. I can just, love people for who they are, and that's beyond some kind of identity. It's the spirit that was put in them by God. Feminists abandoned me. I don't care. No, they didn't. Not all, but most. But I abandoned them. I cut myself loose. That is true, Stacy. I know. We're so deep. I don't. He said, "Stop it." This is wild. No. I think it doesn't really work that way exactly. Good God, Yoda, stop. Indeed. Yeah. I don't know that I've completely abandoned feminism. People are always complaining at me saying, you're still kind of feminist. This chick's a feminist. No. So it's just like, okay, whatever, If that's how you want to see me, if that's what you want to reduce me to, and that's how you want to perceive me, okay, let it be, because I'm not bothered by that, I'm not going to let that deter me from letting my little light shine in this world. Thank you. Do you think so? Maybe. Maybe there is. Yeah, the two polarities that exist within us. Shut up, Yoda. Oh my God. Yoda, you are crazy. You are crazy. What's wrong with you? Mighty Boosh and fast food. Okay, sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. I like your checkery looks. Thank you. I like this shirt too. It's a fun one. It's one of my funner shirts. I'm kind of in a fun outfit today. I've got on the checkers and I've got on some like leopard pants. There's little leopards on the pants. I don't know if they're picking up. Probably not. Anyway, and the light's starting to come in from the back now, so it's getting backlit. Let's see. Yoda thought his comment was funny. It was inappropriate. It was inappropriate. Okay. The ego's ideas. Is that true, or is that a projection by you? Time will tell, I guess. I don't know. I don't do isms. I don't like identities. I don't feel a need to hide under an umbrella term. My ideas, the merit of my ideas should stand on their own weight or fall, Either they're sound or they aren't. And that's ultimately what it's about. Either they're sound and logical or they're deranged, or maybe both. And we got to sort the two, but I don't need to cling to an ideology, or I put myself under a label too hard, It's not good for people to do that to themselves. I remember it used to be important to me, though. It was very important to me to be a feminist, so important. I don't know. But ultimately, it's not important. I don't need. Terri can stand as a person, you know. My voice doesn't have to be, you know, amplified under some other banner or label. And I can separate, you know, through discernment what is good from what is, you know, not good, what is right from what is wrong, and where ambiguity lies, and time and discernment need, you know, discernment takes time, and just to see and let it be seen, let it be revealed. Because there's things that I feel that way about, you know, certain issues. I'm like, I don't know. And I think it's okay to not always have an opinion as well about things. Indeed, it cannot. Indeed, it cannot. Checkers mean magic. I think there is something a bit mesmerizing about them. I definitely feel, yeah, the shirt is kind of that way. You know, it's not always conscious, but yeah, the patterns that we put on sometimes, the colors even that we wear, these things are important to consider because they can have an impact on how we behave or how others perceive us or the impression we leave. Like we communicate a lot through symbology. So yeah, I do think this is kind of like a power top. Definitely. You know, put it on and I'm like, all right. Who's winning this? I should wear it as I'm playing a board game. Is your dad the example of Christ on earth? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I would say. He was. In many ways, he wasn't. But when it came to his love for me as his child, he was, yeah. He was very sacrificial and a servant to me, you know, to the very end of his life. So I would say that yes, in that way, in terms of how we love one another, yes. He was that way. Was he that way with everyone? No, you know, but he did exemplify that with me in his life. Wow, we're getting deep here. Lord have mercy. I have no idea who this is. Should I look her up? I'm gonna look her up. Yoda wants to see my reaction to this woman. Okay, I'll get on Google Images and look her up. Bernice Tremont Towing Show. Oh no. Yoda. All right, I'm going to share the screen for all of you so we can get into Yoda's imagination for a minute. So, this is his comment. This happened to the Athenians. The Athenian women went to the Spartans because they were chads, but you chicks fall into the arms of Bernice of Tremont Towing Show. Look her up and tell me you would pick her over Chris Pratt. I'm not sure. I think I know who Chris Pratt is, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to look him up. So this is Bernice. Oh, dang, she's tough. Look at her. Look at those arms. Dang. I can't imagine. I don't know how we would ever happen. I never. Yoda, what even is this show? Like, what is this show she's on? Towing? Okay, so now I need to look up Chris Pratt to be sure. Oh, this guy. Okay. I mean, yes, Yoda. I haven't had an opportunity with either of them, but I suppose Chris Pratt would win. If I had my pick. He's 65. Argelinus likes pink. You like when I wear pink? Or just pink in general? Now he's 65 years young. Tar Boomer Yoda. Hey, dystopian deep dives. Nice. That is good. I'm glad. I'm in between 17 and 65. Okay. I believe that. He's made burgers. Okay. Argelina says, I am laugh with you about what I don't know. Laughing with? He rests his case. I am behind. So that's why he calls himself Yoda. He's old as F with bad grammar. Hi, Fred. Yeah, they were wanting to see you, Fred. They were missing you. No, that's terrible. Why would I look that up? That poor woman. Look up Donald Trump. No. Who left his first wife because they had a disabled child? Chris Pratt. Oh, how awful. Or Tar Baby Yoda. Was it Yoda or was it Chris Pratt? Okay, Chris Pratt. A 17-year-old, 17 to 65-year-old that works at Dunkin' Donuts. That's sad. Married to Anna Faris. Oh, yes, I'm familiar with that actress. Was it just down to the disabled child, or is there more to the story than that? I would guess maybe there's more to it than just that. Unless that's explicitly what he said. I mean, some people are monsters like that. So, but usually when a marriage dissolves, there's more to it than just that. A dime means an attractive woman, yes. I think, yeah. I mean, Chris didn't have to deal with that mess. Oh, goodness. Oh. I don't know. I can't be happy about that. It's not ideal or what anyone wants, I know you're playing, but maybe I'm just too emotional. Dang, this paint. It's like I'm pumping it. Now I'm kind of worried it's going to all come sputtering out too much, which happens. Come on. Yeah, I know. Chris is a Christian. Okay. Ugh. What a sad world. What a sad world. I don't even know. Is he like, he's like a big deal, right? He's done like, I'm saying like a lot, excuse me, and realizing it. He's done action figure movies, or not action figure, but like action superhero type films, right? He's known for those kind of horrible films. Because I don't know what I've seen him in. I don't recall ever watching him in anything. He's kind of, yeah, he's just not that. I have no memory of him in a movie or film or show or anything. She's in the chat. Hi, T Sincere. Yeah, they're fun. They're good for decorating things, definitely. I got them for that, like painting different things. Bye, S.A. Brady. Thanks for stopping by. The dollar is crashing. Buy gold now. I haven't seen these. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. Apparently, he voiced Mario. Modern Gentleman likes him and thinks he's a good actor. All right. I was watching an interview with Gloria Swanson yesterday on the Dick Cavett show. I like Dick Cavett, watching those old episodes with these stars, especially like the old Hollywood stars. I love Gloria Swanson. Just stunning woman, stunning to the end, just stylish and I don't know, gorgeous. And just learning a bit more about her life. But acting is something that good acting is something I appreciate, is what I'm trying to say. I love people who know how to act, because there's a lot of people in movies that shouldn't be there. They don't know what they're doing. Wow. I haven't seen this either. Yoda agrees with me. There's a lot of people. Man, there's some big names too, and you're just kind of like, anytime they're in a film. I don't want to name anyone, okay? If you want to in the chat, name your favorite actor that can't act, or the one that anytime you see them in a movie, you're like, here we go. I'm not going to name mine. I agree. It is. It takes a lot. It's physical. It's physical, and it's physical, and it's methodological. It's an art. What can you say? What can you say? I'm sure, yes, he would. B movies can be filmed well. Indeed, of course they can. I'm not sure what you're responding to. All right, Brad Pitt can't act. No, he really. I mean, I've liked him in movies. I will say. I don't know that he can't act. I don't know that I agree about that. I think he's been ill-suited to certain roles, maybe. But then there's others that I like, films I really loved him in. Yeah, I don't know. I can't dog Brad Pitt. I can't do that. He's entertained me too much. Okay, yeah. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. Oh my God, yes. Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't think he's the best actor living. I don't know that you could say that entirely. I don't know about that. But he rates. Sylvester Stallone. I agree. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. Very one-dimensional. Are you sure about that? I don't think that's true. I don't know. I'm thinking about some roles he's been in. I don't know. Interview with the Vampire. He had me in my feelings in that movie. I got all caught up in his little pity party he was having for himself. I got all caught up in it. I don't know. Oh my God. I love Keanu Reeves in Dracula. I love him in Dracula. It's so good. It's so bad. It's so good. I like he was part of the charm of the film, honestly, his acting in that. I don't know. I kind of liked him. There are certain scenes in that film that I liked him in. I don't know. Yeah, it's Keanu Reeves though, yeah. I don't know. I feel like he can act though. I feel like he's broken out of that. But yes, there's some roles where he was earning his chops. You know, that's the thing about actors though, because you can look at certain roles and like sometimes they don't do as well as others, okay? Sometimes they don't. But they learn from the experience, you know. If they're any good, they learn from it. You know, I love that movie too. We're on the vampire movies. Who doesn't love Keanu? Yes, Gary Oldman. Yoda challenged me to name a better actor than Daniel Day-Lewis. Modern Gentleman, Tomas says Jack Galifianakis. I don't know who that is. Modern Gentleman chose Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler gets no love. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Adam Sandler, another one-dimensional kind of, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen all of his roles though, but he kind of just, I don't know. Think of the head in a box scene in Seven. I can't recall it. I can recall certain scenes from that movie, but I'm not remembering that one particularly. Yeah, it was a disturbing movie. Yoda is saying Brad did good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What about have you all seen River's Edge? Have you seen River's Edge? It's one of my like Keanu favorites. It also has Crispin Glover and like Ione Skye in it. Yeah, I don't know. It has some of my favorite acting from Crispin Glover. He's another one that's kind of, I wouldn't say completely one dimensional, but he has his niche. Yeah. He kind of has, I guess, limited. I see some actors are, you know, or character actors, there's just something, he's kind of a weirdo, you know? I'll just say that. He's kind of a weirdo. He kind of has that typecasting, and I don't know that he can break out of that entirely. But I love him in River's Edge. I love him in a lot of things, but yeah, and Keanu is amazing in it as well. So I feel like I don't know. I'd have to look at his entire filmography. Is that the right term? I have to look up that and kind of see everything he's been in and kind of look at, you know, what he was in between those two. Sam Neill and Merlin. I know I've seen that. And yeah, his acting is bad. Tom Cruise from Louisville, Kentucky. Is he from Louisville, Kentucky? I love Sam Neill, though. He's handsome. I mentalized that one. I'm not sure what he was saying. Jesse Eisenberg. He's so smart. Okay, who is this guy? Let's look him up. Let's judge Stacy's crush, huh? Want me to rate your crush? I'll look him up. Jesse Eisenberg. Okay, let's see who this is. Oh, Lord. Stacy. Y'all, this is who Stacy has a crush on. I can't believe you told me this, Stacy. Like, I'm not going to make fun of you for this. Come on. Stacy. This guy? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at his neck in this. Oh, my God. He's going to play Sasquatch? Oh, my goodness. Is this him bald? Hey, he kind of looks good bald. Yeah, he does bald well. Okay. I can see it, you know. Maybe he'll be handsome in another 20 years. I don't know. Boyish. Oh my goodness, Stacy. This is your crush. Dystopian Deep Dives loves Adam Sandler. I don't think I've ever seen Charlie's Angels. No, I haven't. Val Kilmer is the most underrated actor. Val Kilmer is quite something. Dillian. Stacy has seen River's Edge. Yes, another river. You know Crispin in that movie. You and Matt Berry. Mel Gibson. I don't know. I met Mel Gibson. Why'd they cancel Mel Gibson? We want him back. People, what's my favorite Sam Neill movie? Oh, God. I have to think about it. It was this film he did with Judy Davis. It's like a romance that's set in the Australian bush. It's like a period drama romance between the two of them because Judy Davis is my favorite actress. So she gets with Sam Neill, and I'm like, yep. I have to think about, yeah, what is it? It's like, oh, to look up the film. I don't know. Is it my favorite with him? If I don't remember, maybe The Omen 3. The Omen 3 when he plays Damien. Yeah. No, I haven't. This is you from Breaking Bad. Eisenberg, not Heisenberg. Modern Gentleman's like, Stacey, for real? Well, he's not a duck, Terry. He played Zuckerberg, right? I didn't know he played that. He looks like Charlie Brown with hair. Tomas is bringing up Darkwing Duck. Don't judge me for my Darkwing Duck crush. I'm sure you had a crush on a cartoon when you were a kid. Okay. He looks like a Jewish Charlie Brown. Lord. Okay. Okay, somebody else has to volunteer their crush and get them rated by me, just so Stacy's not alone. Is anyone else brave enough to have me look up their little celebrity crush, their little actor, actress crush? Let me see. Let's see what they look like. Can you handle it when we judge them? Oof. INTPs, no. Liv Tyler's beautiful. I agree. But okay, you know when I was talking about people who can't act? Liv Tyler cannot act, y'all. She cannot act. She is stunning to look at, like everything she's in, you know. But I haven't ever seen her in something and thought, wow, she was good in that, you know. It's like painful, honestly. So yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh. Yeah, she's quite a beauty, quite a beauty. That young, fresh face, circa the 90s. Oh, when she was so young. Oh, this is a nice photo. Her with her sister and her brother. That's her sister, Mia Farrow. She was a plus size model, I remember. Wonder what she's up to. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is her dad's post. Yeah, her sister Mia's gorgeous too. Like, hey, Stephen had some gorgeous daughters. We'll just say that. All right. Who else was brave? Who else was brave and shared their Crispin Glover and Keanu Reeves? He likes the lips. Oh, dang. They're interesting. Yeah. They're unusual. Yeah. There's something kind of unusual about them that's kind of just interesting, you know, enticing maybe. I know. Just figure out what type you are, ladies, and go with it, you know. What's your type? All right. We'll look up Crispin Glover next, I guess. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. What's he up to? Oh, yeah, he's fine. We love Crispin Glover. Definitely beats out that Eisenberg guy. Oh, goodness. Look at how young. Look how young. Oh, so young. Here he is in Willard. I loved Willard. God, he was amazing in Willard. Let's see. He also has an unusual face. Very striking. Yeah. I mean, I'll go with you there. We'll agree there. He handsome. Harlequin, yes. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna love that. Okay. What does he look like now? I mean, the last thing I watched him in, hi baby, was I was watching him in American Gods. He was playing Mr. World in that, which he did like. It was, you know, he was well suited. Harley Quinn. Oh yeah, I don't know who played Harley Quinn. Gillian Anderson or Gillian Anderson, right? Gillian, or is it Gillian? Gillian, I think. Yeah, I was watching some excerpts or scenes from her playing Margaret Thatcher on The Crown. I haven't kept up watching The Crown. I think I watched the first two and then I was like, I don't want to keep up with this, especially getting into like the Charles and Diana story. Like, I don't know. I feel weird about that. So, hey, if you want on my lap, don't you be pushy with me. That's not right nice. Come on, get on my lap. Get up here if you want something. Come on. There you are. Good boy. He did it. Margot Robbie. Yeah, Barbie, the girl who played Barbie. The woman who played Barbie. Okay, who watched Barbie? Yeah, Jillian was an interesting Margaret Thatcher. I wasn't sure what to think about her. But it inspired me to go like look up Margaret Thatcher again and watch some of her just footage of her, interviews with her. I found a documentary to watch about her as well. So following up with Thatcher, she's such a interesting figure. People still, are very polarized about her. So, but I hadn't realized that she was in power in Britain for 11 years. Like her cabinet, the Conservative Party, in power 11 years with her at the head. Like that's pretty impressive. Like, dang. Now they cannot keep a PM to save their life. The Conservative Party like changes. You know that the leader changes all the time. Have you noticed that? Like nobody can like really keep power. So it's interesting that she maintained it for that long. Like people believed in her that much and were willing to like work under her. It's definitely an interesting woman. Definitely an unusual type of woman. Someone we can all learn from. I'm intrigued by women leaders, There's something interesting about the way, women handle power, those interesting roles that they get thrust into. There's something intriguing about it. Wow, look at you. You're being a ham. Okay, here's a question. Yeah, we've all been there where we thought we were giving our Barbie a cool haircut and then she ended up looking bad. And then we had to be like, sorry, Barbie. Sorry I ruined your hair. I know, we all we could go anywhere. Thank you. I know, we're bringing up Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, I don't know. I do find these women fascinating. Women like Thatcher, and I can't hate her, It was always like whenever you would talk, in leftist circles or you would talk to like a British person, you had to be careful about Thatcher. And it's, what you said or because she's not popular. I remember when she died, people were like posting very nasty things, very nasty. Anyway, you love my headband? Yeah, I was thinking about it this morning. I hadn't worn it in a while. Thank you. It makes me feel kind of, yeah, it gives me a little bit of that princess spirit, It's important to have that as a woman, you got to have your little princess things here and there. Stacy says Thatcher was a bee. That's true. She is very attractive. And she's attractive to men and women. I think that's something that's interesting about her. Like, she has that kind of attractiveness. Like, So many women I've known have had like some kind of thing for her. That a lot of men do as well. I like Georgia Maloney and Marine Penn, but not Thatcher. Yeah, why don't you like Thatcher? I mean, I don't know, like what I like, I don't know. Maybe I don't like her. I don't know what I think about her entirely. I think she's fascinating, I suppose. I guess that's what I think about her. I think she's intriguing as a figure. There was something very unusual about her as a person, something exceptional, you know? Exceptions are always made for exceptional people. And it's clear that she was one. Oh my God, really? They are interesting. They are interesting. Hi, baby. Hi. God, you're being a baby. Oh my God. You're being so cuddly and sweet and purring. And kneading your little paws. Oh my God, y'all. What am I to do with this cat? And he let me brush that fur. Get it all night. Get this coat all nice and soft. He gonna be so soft. Who's soft? Are you soft? He has very soft fur. Have I ever seen a UFO or had a paranormal encounter? I have had many paranormal encounters, but I have not seen a UFO. I've never seen a UFO. I've known people who said they have. The royal family is disintegrating as we speak. It's a relic at this point. It's disintegrating? What do you mean? Who's Alfer? I don't remember this. Who is Alfer? I saw a UFO once, but I was on Shrooms, so it probably doesn't count. Yeah, I don't know if I would count that. I would have to say I've never had any kind of experience like that. So, I mean, I've seen things, I've seen apparitions and that kind of thing. So maybe it's not that different. I don't know. But like, I wasn't high on anything. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, it makes sense that he would be. Speaking of Dracula. Oh, goodness. Well, that doesn't mean they're done. These are just a few people. Although, God, Charles, I'd always wondered, and I'm happy that Elizabeth had such a long life. But yeah, I was like, what is Charles's reign going to be like? I always wondered that. I guess we're finding out. It's a difficult one, isn't it? And I've always loved Charles. That's something, yeah, I guess the royal family, he's always been my favorite. Always. Always. Can't think of a time he wasn't my favorite. I'm quite fond of him. So I don't know. We wish them well. I wish Harry well as well. I was thinking about this the other day because I think I was watching something where they were talking about, oh no, it was Big Bump, when Big Bump was on, but I don't know if I was watching an old episode or if it was the one where he was on this week. I don't think I saw that one entirely because I was engrossed in work. But they were having a conversation about Harry's book Spare and like all of that. But I was thinking about it. And I was like, man, I would much rather be in the position that Meghan Markle is in compared to the one that Kate is in. Kate Middleton is in. In terms of like, their life, their situation with their husband, all of that, like, I definitely would rather be married to Harry than William, you know, if I had been put in those positions. I suppose you're right. I suppose that is right. Really? Bram Stoker was Irish? I'm not surprised. The Irish have been like really big writers, like poets and writers. It's interesting. Like some of the most distinguished like English language writers have been of Irish descent. It's interesting. Poor Harry, what a mess. Poor Harry. Harry's fine. You know what? He is a grown man making his own decisions. At the end of the day, you can be like whatever about his wife rules him, this, that, or the third, but I think his wife was just an excuse for him to get out of a situation that he hadn't been comfortable in for a long time. You know? That's how I see it. Like, you can blame the wife, but if he didn't want to leave with her, he wouldn't have. If he wasn't dissatisfied with his life, he wouldn't have like put up with it. He wouldn't have been ruled by her. I think she gets way too much blame for this situation when it's just very clear that he wasn't happy. Yeah, I agree. Best people out there. I know. I know. And just know that all things work for the good of people who love God. So time will tell who that is. But we should speak blessings on these people, right? Let's wish them well. They get enough hate as it is. Maybe let's see it from a different angle, you know? You're so good. Look at you. Wow. Oh, you were butterflies. Yeah. Oh my God. This kitty of mine. Yeah. How you doing, Rome? Rome 13 in the house. Rome 13. Wow. Look how soft you are. You are so soft. I can't believe how soft you are. You're like velvets. Like velvet here. I got a velvet cat. A velvet cat. Wow. I tell you, when I went out for my coffee and came back this morning, I opened the door and he was on my bed. And he was just like, as soon as I opened the door and came in, he was just like sitting up, crying at me, looking at me. So I came over to him and gave him some affection. I was like, what's wrong? Are you okay? Because he sounded seriously distressed. But I think he just wanted some affection because after, giving him some pats, he like went on his merry little way. Yeah. It's the best thing to do, right? Because, what I perceive about a situation may not be true. All thoughts are all lies all the time. What I'm perceiving might not be the truth, or it might be like such a tiny fraction of the truth as to be inconsequential. So I have to like admit I don't know what people got going on in private sometimes, or what people are dealing with. Diana didn't think they were human. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. But you know what? I still love Charles. I can love something not human. I can love somebody that isn't human. If you can only love humans, are you like, I mean, is that right? We can love more than humans. What did she say? Yeah, yeah, personal. Girl, he is straight vampire demon. I ain't afraid of him. Are you kidding me? If he is, I'm not afraid of him. What he gonna do? Really? You think that about him? I don't think that about them at all. I think it's so convenient to dehumanize people that you don't know or understand. They're trying to like maintain um, a cultural tradition, which behaved in a different time and way to modern people. But there was a time when the way that they behaved was standard. The decorum they kept, the lack of emotionality they showed. I don't think it means they're not human. I think it means they have a different culture and that it's been important to them to maintain that. No, hell no. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil. All right? I am not afraid of evil. I know how weak evil is. I'm not afraid of evil. I see it, but like I know that it is weakness. It is the weakest of weaknesses. So nope. That's gossip. You know what? Yes, exactly. They don't have unearned and unchecked power. They don't have much power at all. What powers do they have? They have privilege. I will say they have privilege, but they don't have political power. They have influence. Influence can be a power, but you act as though this isn't the case with people that aren't royalty, as if the people that are running the country aren't elite people as well. They're all elites. So this one group of them, I don't know. It's just, it's interesting. It's interesting. 104 degrees. Oh no, that's too hot. Yes, I remember learning about that. Well, it wasn't the monarchy as such that they were rebelling against. They were rebelling against the fact that they were being exploited, that they were, having to pay into a system that didn't represent them or their interests. I don't think it was just the idea of monarchy entirely. I think they developed or had their own ideas about setting up a republic. Yes. But again, there are elites in this country, and those people get into predominant positions of power, and they're generally born into those families. So, that's true, Tomas. Some people are ordinary people that rise through the ranks as well. There's some of them in the government now. I can think of a few. They had a lot more power at that time as well. They had a lot more military influence. They don't command the military. Yes, I agree. They have planned many cities. America is an anagram, really. It was also the banking system. Oh my, we're going all over the place now. Who's y'all's favorite founding father? All intelligence is artificial. We are the artificial intelligence. That's deep. Your dad. Rome's dad is her favorite founding father. All right. Yeah, I was thinking, what? Who is mine? Do I really know that much about it if I search myself? Things I remember here and there about the different ones. Yeah, I think Ben wins out. I agree. Ben Franklin. Well, all intelligence is artificial, isn't it? Thomas Paine for Tomas. Putin said Trump gave the election to Biden because that's who Putin wanted. Now, I don't know, but a free country is not a normal purpose. What? What? But yeah, I haven't read his autobiography. I bet I would like it. Tomas says that women hate Ben Franklin because he had sex with women. Oh no, not a man who had sex with women. None of them be doing that. Although, I don't know, sometimes it'll make you hate a guy. It's like, God, what are you doing? Stop having sex with all these women. Stop it. You got problems. Be disciplined with it. Love yourself, fellas. Charles Carroll was the only Catholic to sign the Declaration of Independence. Interesting facts. Benjamin Benjamin. Could the illusion of freedom be what our country is on earth, or is this God's country? I don't know. Let's say it's God's country, just because our words are powerful and we will speak good things and blessings into the world instead of curses, right? Speak blessings. This is God's country. This is the day the Lord has made. Troy's animal was the eagle versus the Greek serpent. Wow. Don't they have an eagle and a serpent on the Mexican flag? Really makes you think, huh? Yeah, I suppose. We're jamming. I hope you like jamming too. We're jamming. Jamming in the name of the Lord. We're jamming. Yeah, I remember hearing that. You say this like almost every stream. Why does that matter so much to you? Is it his real last name or did he change it? Why are you dead naming Benjamin Netanyahu on my stream? Why are you coming in here and dead naming people? I suppose that, yeah, I agree with that. I concur. Modern gentleman, illusion of choice, 2 political parties, 3 oil companies, 6 information corporations, a handful of insurance companies. Wow, you are free to do as they tell you. That's a great song. Who sings it? It's Bob Marley. Bob Marley. I do like Devo. Interesting. Yes, the eagle is killing the serpent. Bob Marley, yes, let's keep it that way, Terry. How rude of you. You awful swine. How can you be so cruel to me? How can Tomas be so unkind? I know I'm not the best singer. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. You're so complimentary at times. You build me up, and then you just say things like this, which just are so devastating. I'm hurt. Why? Why is he so unkind? Most do. Why change your name? It's sus. Be happy with your last name. I don't know. I mean, I use a last name on the internet. It's fine too, I think, if people want to have a stage name or, I mean, I know he is the leader of a country, but people change their names, for different reasons, It's usually about changing something from the past into something new. Good God. Are you serious? That's terrible. I didn't know that. Big Red is here. Hello, Big Red. What is that image? Are you naked? How are you? Oh my God. Yeah, buttercup, baby, just let me down. I suppose it is, yeah. Why are you naked? Don't be naked in here. Put something on. Put some clothes on. They change it to sound more Middle Eastern. Well, yeah, they're living in the Middle East now. Why is that suspect? Doesn't it make perfect sense? Am I missing something here? Okay, 17 to 30. Men can get pregnant. What? What are you talking about? No, they can't. It's always tragic when a man is pregnant. You ever dived into any of that? Have you ever seen Exelanzic and her? She follows these people. I haven't watched her in a while. I guess I could go to. Oh, she's talking about his belly. Oh God, that naked pig. Men do be looking pregnant sometimes when they got a big pot belly like that. Yeah. Prego. Well, we don't want Yoda to become nothingness. Mm. I don't know. Like, why are you naked? Hi, how are you? Disturbed at your nakedness? Like, what? Well, again, like, what is with men? Why aren't men more modest? Have you ever had that where, like, you're just, out of nowhere, a guy is just like sending pics, flashing his stomach at you, and you're like, okay, or whatever. It's like, or this. It's like, I want to get to know you first. I want, stare ladies, it ain't there forever. No, goodness. Like, I just feel like your body is, should be maybe saved for something a little bit more special. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. People out here being provocative and trying to incite lust. It's like, come on, we can do better, men and women. The burgers were good. Okay, yeah. What did you put on your burgers? Burgers sound good, don't they? I haven't had a burger in a while. Maybe 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 it was a few weeks ago. I did go to that burger place I like. Um, Blanking on the name of it. It's like a chain. Come on, Terry. It's escaping me. I've seen him browsing on other streams. Oh dear. I'm not wearing a hijab. Oh, nice. Except for the onion. I don't like onion. Bacon and bacon and a piece of Munster cheese. I had some sausages earlier, some breakfast sausages. They were good. I cooked them in the oven and I cooked them a little bit longer so they got a little bit crispy. They were good. He's still naked on the other streams. Oh dear. You might make some pork chops. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling like I might want to eat something. I was looking at the time. It's 4:30 now. And I'm feeling like I need something else to eat because I did have kind of a light day today. Just going back through my mind, remembering what I ate. I could probably stand to eat something else. So yeah, I might head out and go do that now. I've been streaming for a few hours, so it's probably time to pack it in and have a snack. And I think I have some cleaning to do and stuff, so be domestic. But it was fun. I'm glad everybody made it here. Yeah, stop that. Stop making me react. Oh. I mean, I think it's it's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Order a pizza. Maybe you know what? There's the pizza place in my neighborhood. I haven't been there in weeks, or not weeks. It's been more than weeks. It's been months actually. It's probably been like at least 2 months. Maybe I'll go get a slice. Yeah, because I don't want like a whole pizza. That would be like too much to even handle. But a slice would be good. And then I could go get some more sun actually, because I think I could stand to get another like 15 minutes or so in the sun. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that's part of it. I think they're just, why would I call it in? It's like, Yoda, it's a block and a half up the street. Why would I call it in when I could just go walk up, order a slice, and have it? And then I go out and get some sun. No, I'm not ordering it in. Why? I want to go to the window and I want to see the people that work there and talk to them. They're nice. You had to draw me back in. Oh, good. Okay, get some sun. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I agree. And I wonder what they have. I wonder what they have too, because they change it every day, what they have on offer. And sometimes on Saturdays, they have this like basil mushroom pizza. It's a veggie pizza, but it's like basil and garlic and mushroom, and it is just divine. So I might want that if they have it. And if they don't have it, then I'll get a slice of their Hawaiian. Their Hawaiian is amazing. Yeah, I like this. Thanks for suggesting pizza. I'm going to get some pizza. I'm going to get me a slice of pizza. All right. So I'm kind of, yeah, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to this. A little jaunt out. Okay, y'all. Well, take care. It's been real. I'll see you around. I'll probably see you in chat, unless I decide to go live tomorrow. But anyway, take care.
Bye.